Much. Today we march. Hoy marchamos, mañana votamos. Tomorrow we vote. We get organized, right? That's exactly what we need to do. You know, I grew up all my life, they called us minorities. We're no longer the minority anymore. 58% of all the children in the public education system in the state of California, from kindergarten through 12th grade, are Latino alone. 58%. So we're no longer a minority, we're the new majority. Hey, bien. Good seeing you, bro.
Hey, Oscar. Good to see you.
Santa Monica Close Up is in the house.
Thank
Santa
you.
Monica Close Up.
Third cutting.
Meija, Yahiya, Nawatiane, Samuel Lopez. Hello and welcome. My name is Samuel Lopez. I'm a descendant of the first people of the land that we're standing on today, the Gabriel Tongva Park Indians. I just want to take a moment to just again recognize that this is unceded land. My ancestors fought hard for this land, and I'm grateful and proud to be here today because of my ancestors. And we just want to honor the fact that our ancestors are always going to be with us, regardless of again where you're from. So we just want to recognize that who we are and where we come from comes from people who fought hard for you. So always recognize the fact that we, in solidarity as human beings, with the dignity that we're created with, need to understand that we are not just the only people that are here, and that we need to recognize past, present, and future always. So today I'm just going to say a quick blessing and a prayer in my language. And then again, I know we're all from different faiths, but if you want to place yourself in, again, in that respectful mindset while I say my prayer, please go ahead and just say your own if you'd like.
So many.
Anak ayaken tukupanga eka, oyakoi motonyan uharin mukimen tukupra. Mai moish me mei ukor ea tukupar equation. Tahobetamet tohun onukwetan hikorom ilchinen. Tahovekopaha, Tahovekopaha. Equation. Thank you.
El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. 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 Descendant of immigrants!
Ryan likes it out there. We have to make sure we see Danny. I thought you were going to go to Ocean Park. No way. I was like, I wasn't going to read that weird. Oh, no. Thank you so much. So, yeah.
So beautiful. So beautiful to see everybody marching. This is a historic march. This is the largest march in the history of Santa Monica supporting immigrant rights. So give yourselves a round of applause for keeping us safe. We had a very successful march through the city of Santa Monica, through the heart of Santa Monica, down Pico Boulevard. And it's such a pleasure to see everyone out here today. My name is Oscar de la Torre. I'm one of the march organizers, and I'm a super proud moment to be here with you all today. We have some water, we have some food, so everything right there is free. The only thing that we ask, if you have $20 for the t-shirts, that's going to help us defray the cost of everything that you see here today. The posters, the truck, you know, they say freedom of speech is not free. So we have to make sure that we, you know, get everybody compensated that helped make this event happen. My father and my mother, they came from Tepatitlan, Jalisco. Back in the 1960s. I was the firstborn here in Santa Monica, firstborn in the country. But they raised 8 children here. They worked hard. My mom and dad came home every day tired. I remember giving my dad foot massages and my mom as well for 25 cents because they were just, their feet were tired every day. They didn't commit any crimes. They weren't doing anything wrong, but just working hard every day, raising their children. And of the 8 children that they had, all of us ended up working in the medical field. My sisters are nurses and administrators in hospitals. My brother does radiation therapy, and all of us went into the medical field or public service. And so in the city of Santa Monica, I'd like to think that my family made a positive contribution to the city's development. And that's why we're here, because when we keep on hearing in the national debate on immigration, the word immigrant and criminal, we know that's wrong. And we know that we have an obligation to stand up and correct that record, to make sure that in the minds of people, they don't start thinking of immigrants as criminals. Right when we got here, there was two young men from Guatemala, and they asked, what is all this about? And I said, we're doing all of this for you all. And they said, well, how so? I said, well, how do you feel right now in this country? And one of them said, miedo. Miedo means fear. And he told me that he's been here for a couple of years and he's been working. Him and his friend, they came together and they're working. They're not into drugs. They're not into doing any bad harm. They're just here to work to make their life better. And I asked them, what forced you to immigrate? What forced you to come over here? And they said, because the conditions back in Guatemala were so bad that there was no way to make a living. And that's the story of every immigrant that comes to this country. The economic conditions are so bad in their home country. And mind you, when we think about gangs, for example, in El Salvador, they've already put 76,000 so-called gang members in prison. But you know where those gangs came from? MS? You know where MS was born? Not in El Salvador. MS was born in the United States of America, all right? Right here in Los Angeles. So here we are exporting, right? Guns, the narcos in Mexico, the president of Mexico, Claudia says 70% of all the guns they confiscate, 70% of all the guns, military weapons. We're not just talking about an AK-47, we're talking about military grade weapons, grenades, grenade launchers, that those are all coming from the U.S. military. So not even buying them at a gun store, but buying them, someone is selling them these weapons. So we can't just be here in this country blaming people who are trying to escape poverty or trying to escape violence when we in this country also have a responsibility for the violence that's happening in those countries, for the economic desperation that's happening in those countries. And that's why we want to change the narrative of how we're talking about immigration here in this country right now. We want families to be together. We don't want families to be separated, right? The other thing that I want to say is, someone said, well, are you guys supporting criminals? And I said, no, we'd be stupid supporting criminals, right? If someone's committing crimes, serious felonies, and they're hiding amongst us, we want them to be held accountable. That's the right thing to do. If somebody raped your sister, you know, or relative somewhere outside of the country and they're hiding here undocumented, we want them to be held accountable. So no, we do not support, you know, condoning criminality. And we do support making sure that undocumented workers have a right and to live here, have a pathway to citizenship, because they're working hard, they're not committing crimes, they have families here. And you know, I talked to a woman the other day who's been here for more than 7 years. And she said, you know, in order for me to become legal in this country, I have to leave for 10 years. She goes, what am I going to do with my children? What am I expected to do as a mother, as a single mom with my children here in this country? To just leave them here and go off and try and wait for 10 years? And that's not feasible. That's not possible. So we need a more humane policy that allows families to stay together here in this country, that the immigration process, the process for people to normalize their legal status, that it can happen here within the United States, that they don't have to leave, you know, to wherever they came from to start that process. Of course, for people that can prove that they've been working here, paying taxes, no criminal record, right? They should have an expedited process to attain citizenship. I want to bring up Danny Alonso. Daniel, come on up. Let me say this. We wouldn't be here today without Danny's vision, because the vision for the March for Humanity came from this man, Daniel Alonso. He's going to speak to you shortly, but many of you might not know this. He painted the whale mural. There's a whale mural that's on Ocean Park, a beautiful whale mural. And Danny is the artist that painted that amazing whale mural, the whale mural that we see. I met Danny when I was in the 6th grade, I believe, maybe 5th grade. I was in the 5th grade when I met Danny, and he helped us paint our own whale mural at Will Rogers Elementary School. So with that, I want to introduce our first speaker and the person who envisioned this march today. Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Daniel Alonso.
Thank you for all being here. You know, there's a saying in Spanish, mi alma está lleno. My soul is filled right now seeing this and watching this happen. Hello? Do you hear me now? Okay. I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for coming here today. You know, there's a saying in Spanish, mi alma está lleno. My soul is filled. My soul is filled watching this, all you people here, watching the march as it transpired down the streets of Santa Monica. You know, I am the great-grandson of Ruperto Casillas, who came to Santa Monica in 1902. He immigrated his family at the end of the Mexican Revolution in 1918. My grandmother came to Santa Monica when she was 11 years old. My father came in 1927, an immigrant child from Tepatitlan. My great-grandfather came from Valle de Guadalupe. I know there's a lot from Valle de Guadalupe. And I am the son of an activist mother, and she taught us many things. And one thing she taught me was to be proud of being from this city and to be proud of my family's history. I've always been raised, if you know my art is all this city. I love this city, even though I no longer live here, but it is and always will be my spiritual home. One thing that I wanted to say and why this happened was, and why I wanted it here was, Santa Monica is a town that's known all over the world. It's known for celebrities, wealth, the hotels, the beaches, tourism. But I'm old enough to know that there was always a large Mexican community here in Santa Monica. We knew our place in the Pico neighborhood, but it was a large functional community and we were all well connected. And slowly that community has disappeared. Gentrification and just the times getting people out. And I wanted to show the world here in Santa Monica that there's still Mexicanos here, Latinos here, and we are fighting for our right. And it is our responsibility as descendants of immigrants that we march for these new immigrants. You know, the dreams and inspirations that my grandparents had and my great-grandfather, my father, is no different than the dreams and hopes of the new immigrants. It was possible for them to come, but now it is not possible for south of the border. And why is it it's only this racist protocol of immigration is only directed towards brown people and south of the border. And I just want to say one thing. You know, my mother was an activist when I was 13 years old. I had just turned 13. She took us here from Santa Monica to the Chicano Moratorium. She used to take me when she would picket at Lucky Market, which is now Gelson's on Ocean Park in Lincoln, and I would boycott with her Cesar Chavez for lettuce and grapes. And I hope you can just join me. Tomorrow is her birthday. So I hope you could just join me in saying, happy birthday, Ruth. Happy birthday, Ruth. Thank you very much.
Give a round of applause for Danny Alonso. Thank you, Danny, for your vision and your hard work. Okay, next I want to bring up to the mic someone who's an inspiring poet, an author. I was just on his radio program the other day. The poet and author, Matt Cedillo.
Thank you, Oscar. I want to thank MAPAA, and I want to thank Oscar Del Toro and all the people that have done so much work. Much like Oscar, you know, I don't support criminals. That's why I think Elon Musk should be arrested. And that's why I think Donald Trump should be arrested. Lock criminals up. All right, here we go. Here's a poem. Iron cast, hand press the heat. A pinch of salt, a cup of water. Mas, the maize, the steel, the bridle, the cactus, the eagle, the meadows, volcanoes of stone, on the road, deaths and roll, the children of the sun, the people of the corn. We didn't ask to be born Mexican. We just got lucky. This is a story of what has survived, what has endured. Centuries of rights and doctrine, discovery and conquest, the land of Cortez, suns had set and let this complete darkness. Junipero, Pizarro, Columbus, and other cannibals story began long before we met. But you don't know that about anything. I mean, you said it first, you said it best. America, the beautiful America, the exceptional pilgrim's pride, gain divine providence, the promised land, the sweet land of opportunity, the free land and rush. Guns up, go west, young manifest destiny. Broken treaty, empty promise. The Rio Grande is not, else Island apart. Your nation image was be dirty Mexican, good dead Indian story, recovery and restoration, prophecy and legend, eagle and condor, the flight of the butterfly, the return of the jaguar, los Aztecas del Norte, a peer-reviewed, socially block by block, lot by lot, reinforcements showed up locked and loaded, corazada, lengua, al pastor, carnitas, cabeza, chicharrón, cebolla, limón, salsa y chile rojo, y viene más caliente. You didn't ask to be born when the Mexicans took back over. You just got lucky. Taco trucks every corner.
Let's give a round of applause, Matt Cedillo. Okay, our next speaker is a longtime activist fighting for immigrant rights here in Los Angeles, in California. Norma Norms.
Thank you, everyone. That's a tough act to follow, but I will try my best. And I do apologize. I will have to read my points because I do not want to deviate. Hello, everyone. My name is Norms. I'm a longtime immigrant and workers' rights activist or organizer here in Los Angeles, and I am a proud Oaxaqueña. I grew up in Los Angeles. I actually went to Santa Monica College and UCLA. My family has deep roots here in Southern California. and including my uncle, who is a proud owner of a pizzeria here in Santa Monica called Classic Pizza. And I'm here to share what happened this month. On March 4th, an unidentified young man tagged a swastika on one of his employees' cars and on the walls of the surrounding shopping center where his restaurant is located. This man also shouted hateful remarks to the employees as he was walking away. This act of hate is a product of the increased hateful rhetoric and actions coming out of political leaders in DC and locally. This is one of many attacks that Black and brown communities across the country, and including Santa Monica, continue to face. Our immigrant communities are part of the cultural and economic fabric of the city and the country. People like my uncle, who is a business owner and contributes to the economic engine of this city, continue to face harassment and discrimination on the basis of race. I am here to say that this is unacceptable and must stop. We must stand in solidarity with immigrant workers, students, business owners, and the community at large to say, not in our city, not in our name. The Santa Monica Police Department must do a full investigation and ensure that hateful acts like this do not happen again. Our local leaders must protect all in the community, including Black and brown neighbors who are living in fear. Unfortunately, my uncle couldn't be here today because he couldn't step away from his restaurant, so I am here for him. I am here today to share his story, which resembles the stories of immigrants across the region, but you are welcome to go meet my uncle at his restaurant over on 26 and Pico called Classic Pizza. Thank you so much for your time.
Give a round of applause for Norma. Thank you very much, Norma. And look, the best revenge is our own success. Everybody support Classic Pizza on Pico Boulevard and 26, right by the house. I've had the pizza, it's really good. And it's very unfortunate that in the city of Santa Monica, we still have these type of racist attacks. But the way we fight back is to make sure that this restaurant succeeds, that this small business succeeds in the city of Santa Monica, this Latino-owned business succeeds in the city of Santa Monica. So please support Classic Pizza on 26 and Pico. Marcos Marin, I see you in the crowd. Please purchase the shirts. We want to make sure that we raise enough money to pay for this event today. It's $20. It's a historic shirt. You definitely want to have these shirts. Give it away if you don't want it yourself, but it's something to have. So one day someone's going to say, when did that happen? And you'll say, we broke the record. We made the largest demonstration for immigrant rights in the city's history happen on March 22nd. So make sure you support this March for Humanity by buying a shirt. Marcos Marin. Marcos is a father, a family man, someone who I've known for many years. He started out on 16th Street, and now he's living closer to my home, right by Edison. And Marcos, entrepreneur, hard worker, but in terms of the issue that we're talking about today, we're in a meeting organizing, and Marcos asked a really important question. He asked all of us, he said, have any of you ever lived undocumented in this country? And we all looked at each other and we said, no, like we were all born here. He's like, well, let me tell you a little bit about how it feels to be undocumented in this country right now. So with that, I wanted Marcos to share his testimony. Let's give a round of applause to Marcos Marin.
Se siente miedo. Eso se siente. Experiencia de 30 años de vivir en este país, de trabajar en este país, de contribuir en este país, de pagar impuestos en este país, de ver cómo los demás, simple y sencillamente, por ser quien eres y por lucir como eres, te odian. Yo los amo. Y yo lo único que quiero es que reconozcan que estoy aquí para contribuir. Vine a estas tierras buscando a mi padre, que trabajó en los campos de San Joaquín por 35 años, iniciando el programa Bracero, porque los Estados Unidos necesitaban ese trabajo y se los dimos. Honro a mi padre y a todos sus amigos que dejaron sus vidas, su trabajo y su esfuerzo en esos campos. Honro a todas las personas que han venido aquí a este país a contribuir. Hoy marchamos y dejamos en nuestro recorrido casas, escuelas, trabajos, en donde ahí están nuestros paisanos con miedo. Y ellos no están aquí, pero los represento. Y les digo, no tengan miedo. Lo único que nosotros necesitamos es un camino a la ciudadanía. Y cuando Oscar habla de esta mujer que ha estado aquí, ella puede ser mi prima, mi vecina, mi amiga, y yo le digo a ella y a todos los demás que no tengan miedo. Ahora puedo decir que hemos sido convocados a venir aquí, pero en este cementerio que empieza en el Río Grande, en Tamaulipas, y termina en el Pacífico, desde 1994 hasta el día de hoy, han quedado solo tumbas. 10,000 que no han podido venir aquí. Sin embargo, los represento. Siguen. 10,000 que murieron. 10,000 que murieron. Cada año me dice Oscar, ¿dónde puedo ver esto? Ponlo en el Google. 11 millones de personas removidas o deportadas cada año. No tengan miedo. No tengan miedo. Nosotros le pedimos a la presidenta desde aquí, ustedes pueden ser, si ustedes quieren y reconocen la identidad que tienen, embajadores de esta voz. Sí, que aunque su estatus sea legal, pueden pedir por nosotros, los que vivimos de manera indocumentada en este país, con miedo. No nos pueden dejar 10 años, Oscar. No pueden mandar a esta mujer 10 años allá, porque va a las manos de los grupos de carteles, que ahora este gobierno ha determinado llamarles terroristas. No pueden mandarnos allá. Si tanto le preocupa parar una guerra en un país extranjero y utilizar su política y su diplomacia, que la venga a utilizar aquí y que venga a arreglar los problemas que tiene en su casa. No somos fantasmas, somos gente, somos humanos. Por esto es una marcha por la humanidad. No tengas miedo, paisano. Levanten su vista hacia el norte, hacia el sur, y verán en un día claro los hoteles y restaurantes en donde nuestros hermanos están trabajando, están contribuyendo y están dejando su esfuerzo, pagando cada día los impuestos que este país le pide. Reconozcan entonces ese esfuerzo. Si quiere destapar nuevas leyes, que nos dé un camino a la ciudadanía, activando nuevamente la 245I, que permite que podamos arreglar nuestro caso migratorio dentro del país. El presidente quiere que nos registremos, pero tenemos miedo. Si quiere que nos registremos y nos va a correr nuestro récord criminal, está bien que lo haga, pero con condiciones. y le pedimos que si quiere hacerlo, que nos otorgue después de correr nuestro récord en el registro, un permiso de trabajo, porque nos lo merecemos. Gracias.
Muchas gracias, Marcos. Okay, next coming up, one of the main leaders, one of the organizers that made this event happen, a Santa Monica native, someone who's inspiring in many ways, Sylvia Sanchez, who puts on the Dia de los Muertos event here at the Carousel. So every Dia de los Muertos, just know that it's Sylvia's work that you're going to be able to experience here at the Carousel. And I want to bring Sylvia Sanchez up to the microphone. Come on, Sylvia.
Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I just want to say one thing. I'll say it later. Well, my name is Sylvia Sanchez, and I was born and raised here in Santa Monica. My grandfather came here in 1930. He came and he worked the railroad. My grandmother caught up with him and she came with the kids. My mother told me that she came with her kids through the river, carrying the babies on her back, and the middle ones helping the smaller ones. And she made it, and she caught up with him at the railroad. I'm so grateful to him, to my grandfather, Ramon Prieda, for making the journey, and my grandmother, Carmen Prieda, for making the journey here. They followed the railroad and they settled here in Santa Monica. My grandfather worked for Will Rogers. He worked there until Will Rogers died, and he worked for another 2 years when Betty Rogers gave the park or the ranch to the state. She gave him a severance, and by then their children were all living and they had homes and they had spouses. They all lived on 21st Street. And so at that time, my grandfather wanted to go back home, so he went back home to Mexico. He settled in Ensenada. With that severance, he bought his own ranch, and he grew chile, and he did well there. Both of my grandparents died there. But I'm so proud. I'm so proud to see all of you that came out. I'm so thankful and so grateful. This is just the first one. We're going to do more, so be ready. So be ready. Like I said, go get those feet taken care of. Go get those uñas cut. Because this walk was a little hard, I saw your feet. They were hurting a little bit. But I just want to say to Danny, next time you call me, I'm going to let it go to message. I'm not going to answer your comment. You get me in some shit. But thank you. I just want to say, Viva Santa Monica! You guys stay blessed. Thank you.
Okay, next on the mic, another powerful woman, just like Sylvia. Very special in my life because she happens to be my wife, and it's her birthday. So let's all round of applause for Maria Loya. I first met Maria when she was organizing around immigrant rights issues in Austin, Texas. She was in the state capitol fighting for bilingual education, to have bilingual instructors in the schools over there, fighting for immigrant rights, organizing immigrant leaders in the city of Austin, Texas. And that's when I met her, when she was doing that work. So it's just great to see the consistency and her leadership in the city of Santa Monica. We're blessed to have her here. My two sons are in the back, Fidel and Oscar, and Annie in the back over there. Thank you all very much. So you all might not know this, but here in the city of Santa Monica, the Latino community has waged a fight, a legal fight, against the city of Santa Monica for the election system that they operate. It's an at-large election system. And the Pico neighborhood has been left behind. We've never had representation from that part of the city until just 2020. And so we want to change the election system. This legal fight, the city has already spent $14 million fighting Latino voting rights. So I want Maria Loya to come up, who's the lead plaintiff in the case, to come and tell us a little bit about that. Round of applause for Maria Loya.
Hi everyone. Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm here today, I'm marching here today to support undocumented workers. I'm here to support the undocumented workers that help our country prosper. I'm here to stand with the undocumented workers that help facilitate our food supply gets distributed throughout our country. I'm here to stand with the undocumented workers that work in the slaughter homes to make sure that we have our meats. I'm here to stand with the undocumented worker that makes our life better here in the United States. Yes. And it's important for us to stand with undocumented workers because right now they're being characterized as violent criminals, and we all know that that's not true. If we want to create a better life for every American, we need to support undocumented workers. We need to stand together. I'm here also, as Oscar was saying, we've been fighting the city. Mexican American have been fighting the city of Santa Monica for close to 10 years. We've been trying to get fair elections in Santa Monica, and the city council has continued to fight us. The city has spent more than $14 million, but rather than have district elections here in Santa Monica, rather than providing fair elections to ensure that the Pico neighborhood always has a representative, they continue to misuse our public dollars. The city of Santa Monica is using our public dollars, the people's money, to fight the people. We need to stand together and let them know that the days of the past, the days of unfair elections, the days of ensuring that Mexican Americans from the Pico neighborhood don't get elected are done with. We will stand together and we will push that they provide free and fair elections in Santa Monica. I want to thank you all because together we will not be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Thank you.